Hey guys, so it's me again. This is gonna be my first real, video. Okay, so, the whole reason why I wanted to do this video is because it just happened to me last night, and it's never happened to me before, and I don't know if it must happen to other people. I know I can't be the only one. But, here's what happened. I'm a junior in high school, and I've been out on dates before with other people and everything, and it doesn't really matter. They're all the same to me, and I always look at the guy like, are you kidding me? Like, really? So, here's what happened. I met this kid, and he's in one of, I'm in a shop trade, so he's in the shop trade with me, but he's a year younger than I am, which is different for me. I don't go out with people who are younger than I am. I don't know. I just don't do it. But this kid asked me if I want to go out on some date to like bowling or whatever, and I'm thinking, all right, bowling. Like, how bad can that be? I mean, I'm not the greatest bowler, but whatever. So I decide, okay, I'll go. I'll go on this date. And I continue talking to the kid for like a week before the date happens, and I'm figuring out this kid is so nice, but such a nerd. And I'm a nerd too. I'm a nerd. But this kid is really like, oh my god, I don't even know how to describe him. But he's a nice kid. And I decide, okay, I'll give him a chance. That's fine. So I go to the bowling alley, and I drove there, and I go to the bowling alley, and I'm like looking around for this kid. I don't know where he is. I'm like texting him, hey, you here? I'm standing outside, and he's not answering. So I decide I'm gonna go inside, and I'm looking around still, and he's already got a lane. He's already been playing like 2 matches by himself, just bowling around, and like there's this crowd of people in this line and everything, and I'm going, how did he get here? So I walk over to him. And I'm like, oh hey, how you doing? Like, and he just kind of goes, hi, you know, just a little shy. All right, first mistake. I do not like shy. I am a very, very talkative, outgoing person. Don't give me shy. We've been talking for a week on text. It's no different in person. Just talk to me, okay? So I'm thinking, okay, the kid's nervous. He's like, do you want to go change lanes or whatever and go grab your shoes? So I go up to the guy, and he's like, oh, what size do you want? Wait, do you have a lane? And I'm just like, I'm with Evan. And he goes like, oh, you're with Evan. And, oh, I said his name. Shh, pretend that I didn't say his name. And but he's like, oh, okay, then just go over there. And apparently this kid like knows the place and gets in for free and all the time. And I'm sitting there going like, all right, that's a little weird. But okay. Turns out this kid is in like a team bowling thing where he's whipping out like bowling balls and hitting the pins and strike after strike after strike, and I'm sitting there going, you invited me to go bowling? You invited me to go bowling. I'm sitting there hitting like 2 pins at a time. 3 balls, 2 pins. That's what I get. I'm bad. I'm a pretty bad bowler. I mean, I'm not terrible that I'm like gonna throw it into the other lane, but pretty bad bowler compared to somebody who's like professional, let's bowl. So that's the whole thing. Like, you invited me on a date that you knew that you could like win at a game. Okay, but I sat there the whole time, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this kid has not tried anything. This kid reminds me of someone. This kid just I couldn't pin it. And then I realized that I had called him my brother twice. I had called him by brother's name because I pretty much assumed that he was my brother. I'm on a date with my brother. How weird is that? Like, he reminded me so much of my brother, I like called him Ethan twice. Twice. Okay? Has that ever happened to you? I have never sat there and like talked to somebody and then realized like, oh, I'm talking to my brother, but it wasn't him. It was this kid that I was out on a date with, but he was like my brother. How do you explain that to someone? I don't want to go out with you because you remind me of my brother. Like, in a literal sense. Like, you could be him in another life. You could be him. How do you do that? So that is the whole point of my story. And I was just wondering, like, if you guys have ever been on a date where first of all the guy takes you someplace where he knows that they can win. He knew he could win bowling, like, to impress me, because I'm impressed by professional bowlers somehow. I'm not, but it was fun. It was all right. It wasn't that bad, and I'll let you know about what happened with it later. But if you have ever been on a date where either the guy has purposely like picked a place that he knew that he could like win you over somehow, like bowling was gonna win me over, but or they reminded you of your best friend, or they reminded you of a family member, or brother, sister, or whatever, like post a video, tell me, comment, rate, just let me know. I know this wasn't the best one, but it just happened last night, so I thought I'd make a little video about it. Okay, so let me know.